Namaskar, Adab, Shastrekal और खुशामदीद. Very, very good evening to all of you people. This is your master teacher Harsh Priyam, who is here to tell you about that how you can actually do engineering at Harvard University. And let me tell you that this is very much possible, very much affordable, and most of the people actually don't know it. So let me tell you the entire details about Harvard University and how you can do this engineering at this university at a very affordable price, and it's very much possible. So let's get into the session and let me tell you the entire details. But before I start this session, I would request all of you to kindly subscribe to this channel, because this channel has got a lot of beautiful things, informations, knowledge which you need actually right now for your studying abroad journey. Okay, so kindly make sure that you do subscribe to this channel. So here we go. First of all, I have taken this video on a request of one of our channel viewer, a student. He has requested that, sir, he or she, I don't know, that, sir, please make a video on how to get into engineering at Harvard University, and it has got a lot of likes. A lot of students actually liked this comment, that they also wanted this. Now, have you ever considered getting a degree at Harvard? Obviously, you would have considered. That's why you are here. So Harvard University, let me tell you some details about Harvard University first of all. So now, what are those details about Harvard University? Just a second. Looks like that it's getting lagged. Check, 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 mic check. So now the location of Harvard University is on the east coast of USA in the states of Massachusetts. So Massachusetts is a state there. Massachusetts has got a lot of other colleges as well, like MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, Harvard University. So these type of colleges are there in Massachusetts. Now this college has been established in 1636. It has got a campus of 5,667 acres. Can you just imagine this? This is humongous. This is massive. Over 600 buildings are there in this campus, more than 600 buildings. It has created 161 Nobel laureates, means those people who have received Nobel prizes, they have 161 Nobel Prize winners have studied from Harvard. 8 US presidents, can you just imagine that one single college in the entire world, there is no other one single college which has produced so many presidents of that country. 8 US presidents are from Harvard University, and many global leaders like them. Okay, now international student percentage in this college is around 27%. Around 27% international students are there. Domestic is 73%, international is 27%. QS World Ranking is 4. In the entire world, the QS World Ranking has ranked this college as 4th position college in the entire world, but on a lot of basis. In fact, this is ranking in the category of engineering, but if you will take this ranking in the category of university, entire overall university, then this QS World Ranking becomes #1. This is world's best university across all fields, across all streams. This is #1 university. So you can imagine that how big, how beautiful, how massive this opportunity could be if you get admission into Harvard University, isn't it? Now lagging, yeah, I was knowing. Now moving forward, are you all here? All set? Now moving forward, so few more details about it. That Harvard, so there are 13 schools, like 13 different departments are there in Harvard University. So basically this is called as 13 different schools. So there is a school for undergraduate programs, Harvard College for undergraduate program, Harvard John A. Paulson School of Engineering and Applied Sciences. So in this Harvard John A. Paulson School of Engineering, they teach you engineering. Then there is a Harvard Business School where you are taught business, like MBA programs. Harvard Law School for law. Harvard Medical School for MBBS and all the medical degree. Harvard Graduate School of Education for master's education. Harvard Kennedy School, Public Policy and Government. Thereafter Harvard School of Public Health, and then other focused on design, divinity, dental medicine, etc. So there are altogether 13 departments in Harvard School, in Harvard College. Now moving forward, Harvard University maintains its leading position, followed by Stanford, MIT and Oxford. So as what I said, that in the university category, Harvard is at #1, followed by Stanford, MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, and then Oxford. Fine. Now moving forward, Harvard School of Engineering. So if we talk about engineering, so how many degrees Harvard has got? How many BTech programs? So here they have got electrical engineering, material science and mechanical engineering, environmental and science engineering, computer science engineering, bioengineering, mechanical engineering, and biomedical engineering. So these are the branches in the engineering department in Harvard. Now, Harvard School of Engineering interdepartmental program. So interdepartmental is applied computation, applied mathematics, and applied physics. Okay. Now moving forward, why choose Harvard for engineering? So although this why question is not that in a very common question, in fact most of the people know that why they are choosing Harvard, but it has got some very good features. That it is a globally recognized faculty and research facilities, residential campuses are there. So Harvard is a brand name across the entire world, isn't it? Next is Harvard University is a private Ivy League research college. So Ivy League colleges are actually those colleges which has been established in America, in USA, before their independence. So the Ivy League colleges is called those colleges. University in Cambridge, Massachusetts, United States. Next is strong emphasis on innovation and entrepreneurship. Harvard offers a great opportunity for internships and networking with top tech companies, because Harvard is undoubtedly the best. So hence it has got a massive network of people who are working across the world at the top leadership positions. Next is it has created 161 Nobel laureates, 8 US presidents, and many more global leaders that we all know. Now these are the eight, like even George Washington Bush, he was also from Harvard. Many more notable figures like Barack Obama, Mr. Ratan Tata, Mark Zuckerberg, T.S. Eliot, Natalie Portman, and then Bill Gates. So all these people are from Harvard. Okay, these are some of the most famous people across the world. Now, how hard it is to get into Harvard? So let me tell you, it is damn hard. Very, very hard. It is very hard to get into Harvard. Why? So first of all, although it's not that hard as IIT, because total applicants in Harvard every year is around 54,000 applicants. So last year, this is the stats for 2024. 54,000 applicants were there, out of which 1970 applicants got admitted into Harvard. 1970, that makes a percentage of around 3.65%. Now the selection percentage in IITs are far different. So if you take the percentage there, so we have got some 17,000 or 18,000 seats in the IIT, 17,780. So 18,000 seats are there in IIT, and IIT has got an application of somewhere around 14 lakh 75,000 was this year's number. So I'm taking a rough number as 15 lakhs. Now out of 15 lakh students, 18,000 will get selected. It's slightly more than 1%. So we can take it as around 1.2%. So around 1.2% student gets selected in IITs, but in Harvard around more than 3.6% students get selected, means which is roughly 3 times the selection percentage of IITs. So according to this data, undoubtedly Harvard is better prospect compared to IIT, because if you are fighting for IITs, then obviously Harvard can be on your list. Now, although this is tough, so why it is tough? Now here, first of all, total first year degree seeking who applied. So now this is your category, because there are other categories also. Total first year degree seeking who were admitted. So earlier who were admitted to Harvard, for them it becomes easy to get admitted to Harvard. Selection ratio, total first degree enrolled. So like let's talk about this enrolled. How many enrolled? So ratio, if we talk about in state, means those students who are staying in then Massachusetts only, in that state. There the selection percentage is 7.8%, means out of 1,000 students who applied to Harvard, 78 students got selected who were residing in Massachusetts only. Now if we talk about out of state, so those students who are studying who are staying in USA but not in Massachusetts. So 3.75% is the selection percentage, means out of 1,000 students, 37 or 38 students got selected. Now in international, this percentage comes down massively. Now here is the tough part, because here the percentage is almost equal to IITs, because in IITs the selection percentage is 1.2, 1.3%. Here the selection percentage is 1.8%, means out of 1,000 students, 18 students would be selected in Harvard internationally. They have been selected. So here the selection percentage becomes really tough, because overall the total average is kind of 3.45, good one, but international selection percentage is almost equal to IITs. Now, in this entire Harvard University, all those students who are studying in Harvard, out of them 23% students are studying in engineering. So the maximum of them are studying in social sciences. So in USA, in Harvard, the most commonly taken branch is social science, like public policy, governance, healthcare, something of that sort. But the second highest is natural sciences and the third highest is engineering. Fine. Now moving forward, completed secondary. So what are the requirements for getting into Harvard University? What is the eligibility criteria? Secondary schools should be completed, like you should have passed class 12th. The first year application is for students who have finished high school and are applying for their first undergraduate bachelor's degree. Students need to provide their English skills, that is IELTS and TOEFL. So either you can take TOEFL examination or IELTS examination or Duolingo. There are many more other examinations. Now, and these IELTS score should be above 6.5, or if you are taking TOEFL, it should be above 80. Okay. Now moving forward, Harvard requires SAT or ACT. So just like in India, we have JEE for IITs. In abroad, most of the colleges do accept scores of SAT examination, Scholastic Aptitude Test. They even accept the scores of ACT examination, American College Testing Examination, or even AP, IB. So like these alternatives are also there. But most common is SAT. So you can go with SAT. Now, if you go with ACT, so ACT is marked on a scale range of 1 to 36. 1 is the minimum marks, 36 is the maximum marks. So those students who get selected to Harvard, they have to score somewhere between 34 to 36. An examination which has got a highest marks of 36, in that you will have to score somewhere between 34 to 36 to get selected to this college. Fine. It has got two sections, math and English. So in mathematics you need to score 34 to 36, and English also you need to score 34 to 36, which will make your entire average as 34 to 36 between that. If you are choosing SAT, in SAT minimum marks scored by any student is 400, maximum is 1600. So out of this 1600, if you have to get into Harvard, you have to score anywhere between 1500 to 1590 in a test paper of maximum marks of 1600. It also has got two sections, mathematics and English. So SAT maths and SAT English, like reading and writing. So in mathematics, mathematics is of 800 marks, 800 marks of mathematics, 800 marks of reading writing. So here you need to get somewhere between 769, roughly 770 to 800, means almost near to centum, almost near to highest marks in mathematics. Next is you need to get in reading writing 750 to 790, again close to like maximum only, isn't it? So that's why this is tough. Now moving forward, what else do you need? So although this is achieved by a lot of students, are able to actually achieve this, because this is not that tough. In fact, any student who has studied for IIT JEE, for them writing section or mathematics section is not that tough, because they have decent level of knowledge and education, and even though like this is very common that Indian education has a very difficult curriculum compared to international or abroad education. So Indians do have extra edge over there. So you would be able to get this much marks. That's not a difficult task. Now, what's the difficult task then? So you need few more things. First is letter of recommendation, statement of purpose. Letter of recommendation can be given by any of your school principal, teachers, or some learned, notable people who can actually recommend you that he's a very good guy or she's a very good girl, must be admitted to Harvard. Then statement of purpose, that why you think that you are a good fit for Harvard and why you think that you should go to Harvard. Reason, statement of purpose. Then supplementary materials like Harvard are optional and only for students with exceptional talents, like this is. So you can submit things like music, art, academic work. These may be reviewed by faculty. So now here this comes the challenging part, because in Harvard what happens that students do not get selected only because of their academics. So academics is one part, and in fact you just understand one thing, that anyone who has got a very lower academic would not be even able to come into Harvard. But even if you get this much marks, it does not mean that you will get selected to Harvard. Why? So in Harvard, academics part is this much. Now see the non-academic parts. See this? So what is this? So in Harvard, if you have to get into Harvard, in academics, rigor of secondary school record, like how much you got in your secondary school, is considered. But your class rank, school rank, is actually not considered in your evaluation. Your academic grade points like GPA or percentage, that is considered. Recommendations is considered. Your school teacher, your class teacher, your principal, are they recommending you that you are a person of great character? That is considered. Standardized test scores, that is considered. Application and essay, that you have to write an essay that why you want to get into Harvard, that is considered. Now see here, in this entire 5 point of academics, how many were actually academics according to Indian standards? According to Indian standards, this GPA, which is your percentage, is academics, and then your standardized test scores. These two are only academics, rest everything is like your recommendation. So I hope you will understand that academics part is not that high in Harvard selection. It's basically more non-academic part. That are you being recommended by your teachers? Are you in the good books of your teacher? Is your application essay is very good? Have you written a very good application? Is your interview, so you will get interviewed for getting into Harvard. So is your interview very good? Like, is your interviewer very convinced with you? Extracurricular activities, like have you taken part in games, dancing or something of that sort, that is considered. Character, personal qualities, that have you ever shown something outstanding, have you done something outstanding, have you been associated with NGOs, have you done some charity services, something of that sort, and you need to prove that also. You can't just say it in your words, you need to prove that also. That is considered. Thereafter, character, personal qualities, first generation, that are you a first generation person who is going to Harvard, or are you second generation, third generation? Why? See why they consider this point, because say for example, if your father is also an alumni of Harvard, then obviously he would have given you a very excellent and outstanding training for getting into Harvard. But just imagine that if you are the first generation of your family who is ever going to abroad also, forget about Harvard, then obviously that is a very strong point, because Harvard do consider these points, that if a student is coming to my college and he or his family, none of his family member has ever been to abroad colleges or Harvard, then that's a very strong point. So they do consider this part, that is are you the first generation? This is actually considered. Then is alumni relations, like are you someone known from the alumni? Because if you are known from someone who has already studied at Harvard, they can recommend you, and that recommendation will have a very high weightage, because someone who was an Harvard alumni is recommending you, means it's a stamp of trust that you are a strong person or you are a capable person. Then geographical residence, this geographical residence is not considered actually. So where do you live, that does not matter. Whether you are a US citizen or an Indian citizen does not matter. State of residency is not considered. Then religious affiliations commitment is actually considered. Like, are you somewhere like something into that religious kind of thing, or you are very neutral person? That they take care of thing. Because after getting into Harvard, you should not start radically transforming people, or you should be not more of a religiously inclined, like not that of sort. Then volunteer work, have you done something of NGO kind of thing, that they consider. Work experience, they don't consider. Level of applicants' interest, they don't consider, because that can't be considered. Level of applicants, work experience they consider. So if you are going for a master's program, they do consider what's your work experience. Fine. I hope I have made my points clear. Now, what are the deadlines? So there are two deadlines basically. First deadline, which is called as restrictive early action, means you have applied early. So that the deadline for that is mid of December. Now next is regular decision, that the normal decisions they generally come by the end of March. So two deadlines are there. November 1st is the early action deadline for those people whose application will be notified by mid of December, and the January 1st is the regular deadline for those whose application will be evaluated by the March end. Okay, so these two deadlines you have to follow. Obviously anyone who is watching this video right now would be running for November 1st deadline, or if you don't get all your documents or everything completed by November 1st, then you can even apply by January 1st. Okay, next is what's the fees for this college. Now this is a beautiful part, that for the college fees is 50.64 lakh rupees per year. Again, the fees of this college is 50 lakh rupees per year. Means for 4 years for doing your undergraduation, the cost will come as around 2 crore rupees. But that's not all. You will have your living expenses there also, the food expenses, which will be around, food is 7.34 lakhs, roughly 7.5 lakh rupees per year. That will make you 30 lakh rupees more. So 2.3 crore rupees is only for your, sorry, this is tuition fees, this is housing, this is food, and this is housing. Around 12 lakh rupees per year. So 12 into 4, 48 lakh there, 30 lakh here, because this has got 30 lakh, 30 and 48. So 50 and 30, 80 lakh rupees for housing and food, and 2 crore rupees for studying in that college. So that makes an entire amount of 2.8 crore rupees for getting a degree from Harvard. But the beautiful part is that 55% students receive need-based Harvard scholarships. 1 in 4, means 25%, pays nothing to attend. Means almost 25% students do get 100% scholarship. They don't have to pay anything at all. So there are 25% people who are absolutely free in Harvard, and almost 55% student, more than half of the Harvard population, do receive some kind of scholarships in Harvard. That is a beautiful part. Okay, now how do you get that? So the condition for that is, Harvard College offers need-based financial aid to all admitted undergraduates, including international students also. The aid can cover 100% of tuition, room, board, and other expenses also. So it's not like that ki sir, I would, even if I get 100% scholarship, how would I be able to cover these two expenses? Like 12 lakh rupees per year is very high. 1 lakh rupees per month, very less number of people in India do earn this much amount, isn't it? So even after covering your entire tuition fees, covering your 80 lakh rupees for 4 years is still a very high amount. But it says that you can even get 100% tuition fees, even room rent can get waived off. Now, if a family's annual income is below 85,000 US dollars, below 85,000 US dollars is 73.66 lakh rupees. If your family is earning this lesser than this amount in a year, which obviously most of the family does not earn this much, less than 73 lakh rupees per year, then the student pays nothing for tuition, room or board, matlab food. So the student does not have to pay anything for tuition fees, anything for room, anything for food. He will or she will stay there absolutely free of cost. Second, if the family is earning anything between 73 lakhs to 1.3 crore rupees, so if your family income is this much high, then also Harvard does not say that you have to pay the entire fees, which they could have said. They say that you will have to pay 10% of the fees. Like 2 crore is the fees, then you'll have to pay 20 lakh rupees only for 4 years, which is very affordable. Earning above 150,000 US dollar, means earning above 1.3 crore rupees per year, will be asked to pay proportionately more than 10% based on their circumstances. So you'll be asked to pay, but not the entire fees according to your income. Isn't that great? Super great. Obviously, most of the students do fall in this category, lesser than 73 lakh rupees per year. So then most of the students would get this tuition, room and board 100% absolutely free. And here this is a need-based scholarship, so it does not need any academic or any test examination score, something of that sort. You just need to be admitted to Harvard. So getting into Harvard is the only point or only challenge which you need to actually tackle. Once you are into Harvard, then your entire education would be taken care by the Harvard only. Isn't that super great? So, ladies and gentlemen, that was all for this session. I hope you loved and enjoyed the session, and I hope that this information would have helped you in making up your mind that whether you have to go to Harvard or not, and if you have to go, then how you have to start the process, and if you don't have to go, then whether will you be going, what would be the second option. I can make much further videos on that. So you need to just comment down in the comment box that which video you need further. And if you have made up your mind and you need any help from my side, so my team is there who can help you out in getting into Harvard or how to get into Harvard. So there is a link in the description box. You can just go on to that link, fill all your details, and some counselor from my team would connect with you, and they would be knowing all your, listening all your queries, and then they'll be resolving all your queries. Post that, you can take a decision that whether you have to go to Harvard or not. Okay, so that was all for this session. I hope you loved and enjoyed it. With this, it's time to say goodbye. See you all in the next session. Till then, bye-bye. Take care. Good night.